Guys, I bought a brand new stock today, and it's a trade, not a long-term investment. It's a trade, so let's get that out there in the beginning of this video, and I'm actually selling covered calls against it, so I want to talk about that stock today, and of course, we're going to break down the markets, and if you guys stayed till the end of the video, we're going to go over two additional stocks, so without further ado, hit the like button, subscribe, check out my Patreon down below if you guys want my buy, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more, and let's get into it. So right now, it's 12:40 p.m. on the East Coast. We're midway through the day, and the markets are mixed bag. We have the S&P down 0.05%, the Russell's up 0.05%, the Dow is down 0.4%, and we have the NASDAQ 100 up 0.25%, and the VIX is it's hanging on by a thread. You know, it's down 0.5, 0.6%. It's kind of a mixed bag for the VIX as well, and we've covered how the VIX, every time it falls under 20, it seems like, it collapses pretty hard. A little bit after that. We've gone above 20 many times in the past couple of months, and it hasn't lasted very long. Look, back in June, we got above 20 on the VIX, then it collapsed to 14. Back in July, we got above 20, and then it collapsed down to 16, and you guys can see that many, many times over the past couple of months, and this time is no different. In the end of September, early October, we got above 20, 22, 23 on the VIX, and now, a couple weeks later, boom, we collapsed, and the VIX is now 1540. It's pushing down to test that low from a couple of months ago, from the end of June, and maybe I'll make a video going more over the VIX, but I just wanted to show you guys how volatility's dying down. Mixed bag in the markets today, and you guys know the drill. SPY is looking to fill the gap up towards that all-time high right now. Nothing much has really changed since the last time we've broken down SPY, and QQQ is still fighting at 375, 376. So we have to see if QQQ is going to fill the gap to 380, or is it going to fail at 375, maybe go back down into the 360s, mid 360s. That's kind of what I'm watching overall for the overall markets. And again, I'm watching the VIX, as the VIX is important. Believe it or not, it's important to keep an eye on it. So let's talk about the stock that I bought today and what covered calls I'm in terms of this stock as well. So I bought ChargePoint, ticker symbol CHPT. This one's breaking out. You guys can see on this 4-hour chart right now, we've been downtrending up until now because, again, like I said, we're breaking out. Up until now, ChargePoint has been downtrending pretty much for the past 3 months, a little bit over 3 months. We were trading well within this downwards channel, trading under both moving averages on the 4-hour chart, and we hit a low point of 1750 about two and a half weeks ago, which in hindsight, I probably should have bought ChargePoint there, but I like buying with trades at least. Long-term investments is different, but with trades, I kind of like buying on the technical breakout, which today we're seeing exactly that, right? We broke above both moving averages, and now we actually gapped up above the resistance of this downwards channel, so I'm actually very happy about this, technically speaking. And again, since this is a trade, I want to buy on the technical breakout, which is why I put in my order earlier today on this dip. You guys can see we actually saw a big run this morning from 21 bucks to 22.30. Then we pulled back to 21.70. That's where I pulled the trigger. I believe I bought it at about 21.74, 73, something like that. And all you guys on my Patreon, of course, you know where I buy and when I buy, since you get all my alerts real time right on Patreon and on Discord in the private channel. If you guys are on, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I bought ChargePoint today, and we got some news that Stifel, I'm assuming they're a firm, an institution, whatever, they initiated coverage of ChargePoint with a buy rating and a $29 price target. And sometimes, guys, that's all it takes for a stock to start moving, to start taking off, to start breaking out of a downwards pattern. And that's exactly what we're seeing. You know, we got a nice pop in charge point. I believe they upgraded it yesterday or maybe the day before, and the rally's continuing today. Again, now we're up over $22. We're up about 4.5% on the day, and I'm already up on my position. Again, I got in at 21.73 roughly. Now we're at 22.12, and I decided to sell the October 29th, so not tomorrow's Friday, but the Friday after that. I decided to sell the October 29th $23 calls. And you may be asking yourself, Stas, that's very close to where we are now. 22.12 is where we're trading. 23 is the strike that I decided to pick. And the truth is, guys, this is a trade. I don't care if I get assigned. I'm glad to take the profits from $23 to $21.73. If you guys do that spread, that's how much I would make from the shares, and I'd keep the premium on top of that, which I got paid today, 43 cents in premium per contract for the options that I sold. So for me, I'm willing to give up charge point at $23 next week if it does expire in the money. And if it doesn't expire in the money, guess what? I'm willing to hold charge point, and I'll write calls that expire probably in November, maybe November. I don't know the dates. The first Friday of November, the Friday after that, I'd be willing to just hold it and write calls a little bit out, in November. So for me, guys, charge point, it's simply a trade, and you might disagree with what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. That's what the video is titled. The video is titled, I just bought this. And I literally just bought this, and I'm selling covered calls against it. So what are your thoughts? Drop me a comment down below. Are you buying charge point? Are you in it? Have you been in it? Did you just sell it? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And let's go over now. If you guys stuck till the end, let's see, we're probably 6-7 minutes in. Yup, we're 7 minutes in. If you guys stuck till the end, let's talk about two other stocks that I'm looking at that are also breaking out. Number one is NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA. This is up 2.2%, and it's very obvious that we're breaking out. We're trading above both moving averages. We broke the wedge here. You guys can see clearly ever since the end of August, we've been making lower highs, but at the same time, higher lows since the middle of May. Actually, even before that, we've been making higher lows since the beginning towards the middle of March, and now we're just completely breaking out. On top of that, we're seeing an inverse head and shoulder here. Let me show you guys that very quickly if this wants to work. There we go. We're seeing an inverse head and shoulder here. We have the left shoulder head, right shoulder. Now it's playing out. We're breaking out, like I said 100 times in this video already. And it looks like NVIDIA, especially since now we're taking out the high from the end of September at about 224, 225. It looks like NVIDIA, believe it or not, wants to go and test 230, the all-time high from back in the end of August, meaning from where it is now, it has at least $4 or $5 more upside. And by the looks of it, guys, if this trend continues, and I believe they report earnings fairly soon here in about a month, a little bit less than a month, if this trend continues, we could take that high out, no problem. Even though I don't necessarily agree with the valuation, it doesn't matter what I think because the market clearly wants to price NVIDIA a lot higher. Now, if we're talking long-term valuation, I would like NVIDIA a lot lower. I've been on the channel saying that before many times. I'm not willing to pay the price of where it is now as a long-term investment. But as a trade, it's completely different story. Like I said, we're breaking out. There's upside, and we can make a quick buck here in my personal opinion. And the other stock that I'm looking at is NIO, ticker symbol NIO, which unlike NVIDIA, this one's down a lot from its recent highs. It's down a lot. We're talking 40% from the $65 high from back in the beginning of this year, back in February. And now the stock's been gaining some steam ever since the beginning of October, about 2 weeks ago. NIO's gone from $33 to $41. We're talking about a 15% run, which is a pretty big run in just about 2 weeks. We're talking about 1% pretty much every calendar day. And mind you, the markets are obviously closed on the weekend. So it's been ripping. We're talking about 1% per day on average here, even on the weekends, even though the markets are closed on the weekends. And now we're breaking out completely. You know, we're above both moving averages. We're seeing a golden cross. We're moving above the downwards trend line here. And we're also seeing, you see it, maybe you don't, I'm going to show you, an inverse head and shoulder just like NVIDIA. Look at that. We got the left shoulder. We got the head right here, and then we got the right shoulder right there, and the right shoulder's playing out. And at this point in time, it seems like the right shoulder should complete at around 41, 42, which was the high point from the beginning of September. And if we're able to get out of 41, 42, that is where I think the next leg up on NEO should come, which could take it to about $45, which was the high from the end of July, mid-July, early August as well. So NEO, NVIDIA, watch out for them. They're gaining steam slowly but surely, and ChargePoint, again, is the one that I bought, and I sold the October 29th, what was it, $23 calls on it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll wrap it up here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want to know every single move I make in real time, whether it's options, selling options, buying options, which quite honestly, I haven't been doing much of buying options lately, but everything I do, trades, long-term investments, I'm posting everything in real time on there, and I make a morning update video every single trading day for all my top tier patrons. And if you're already on Patreon, I appreciate you guys very much, and it's linked down below if you're interested. Make sure to also get your 30 free bucks from M1 Finance, your 10 bucks from Coinbase, your 2 stocks from Webull valued up to $1,600. All of those are linked down below, and that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.